Here's 8 San Francisco Bay Area changes you don't want to miss. Is a $200 million luxury condo building in Pacific Heights deepening San Francisco's wealth divide? A rare mid-century mansion just hit the market for the first time since 1970. The Safeway at Ocean Beach is closing for a complete rebuild with 526 new apartments. Santa Clara is getting a 8-story hospital as a part of a $2.8 billion healthcare expansion. A beloved East Bay amphitheater is coming back as the Siesta Valley Bowl. And a historic family resort on Lake Tahoe just got bought by an ultra-exclusive club. This week feels like a snapshot of everything changing across the Bay Area all at once. Let's dive in. Let me start with a luxury project that's reshaping expectations in San Francisco, specifically Pacific Heights. The Pacific at 1212 Webster Street is a $200 million development, just delivered 76 residences, including 4 grand penthouses and 7 lower-level penthouses. We're talking about 11-foot ceilings, floor-to-ceiling windows, and views that stretch from the Golden Gate Bridge all the way to Marin County. The amenities are absolutely over the top. Concierge service, valet parking, fitness center, yoga terrace, an observatory lounge, a private park, and roughly 100 parking spaces. Supporters say the Pacific fills a major gap in one of San Francisco's most constrained luxury markets. Demand at this level consistently exceeds available inventory. Wealthy buyers want to stay in the city, and they will need somewhere to live. Critics question whether developments like this at this price point deepen the divide between the ultra-high-end housing and the rest of the city. This is especially concerning in a neighborhood with basically zero affordability measures or requirements for below-market rate units. What do you think drives demand for ultra-local luxury projects like this in San Francisco? Is it AI? Is it tech? And is it about staying in San Francisco specifically? Or could these buyers live anywhere else? Is this maybe a vacation or second home or primary residence for people in San Francisco? Let me know your thoughts on this project below. All right, moving on to a high-end listing, single family in Forest Hill Extension. And architecture fans are losing their minds over this one. The curved mid-century residence at 111 Edge Hill Way is on the market for the first time since it was built in 1970. This home was originally built for the real estate titan Angelo Sangiacomo. It spans more than 10,000 square feet across 5 levels, 8 bedrooms towering 20-foot ceilings, wraparound terraces, and panoramic western views that absolutely are stunning. The architecture was crafted by Robert Aragoni with contributions from Howard Backen and Dale Benedict. This is a serious design pedigree with a lot of history. It's a distinct blend of multiple architectural voices, creating something really unique in San Francisco. Supporters say homes like this represent a defining era of San Francisco's architecture. The level of craftsmanship is nearly impossible, and we haven't seen it recreated anything close to this, with modern construction costs and building codes getting in the way. Others argue that unique properties at this scale can be really difficult to adapt for modern living. They may also appeal to a much smaller pool of buyers despite their historical significance and architectural importance, although someone that likes the style and is wealthy enough will likely buy it. What do you think makes a property like this resonate across different generations of San Francisco homeowners? Is it the architecture, the history? Is it the conversion to a mid-century modern type of home, the views? Maybe all of the above? Or maybe what's attractive about older San Francisco buildings for you? Share in the comments below. All right, a major shift is coming to the edge of Ocean Beach, and this one's going to be pretty controversial. The Safeway at 850 La Playa Street is completely closing as plans move forward for a complete site rebuild. The proposal from Align Real Estate replaces the 3.3-acre lot with 2 8-story buildings holding 526 rental homes. Now, I know we call them homes, but they're really units for rent, apartments. They're also building a larger 59,000 square foot Safeway to replace what's there now, plus new parking and ground floor activity space. Supporters say this is exactly the kind of housing production San Francisco desperately needs. It uses by right approval and state density laws to add housing in a neighborhood that has seen virtually no additional changes in decades. As you know, most of this part of town is 2-3-story single-family homes, duplexes, small buildings. The outer Richmond has been frozen in time. Critics worry the scale may feel completely out of place in a low-rise coastal district in the city. And this could spark broader fights as the city considers more upzoning along the entire west side of town. Once you allow 8 stories here, where does it stop? Does it go higher? Are there going to be more 8-story buildings? Probably at this point. How do you think rebuilding this site will influence the future of Outer Richmond? And is this smart growth or too much, too fast, too tall for a neighborhood known for its character? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Okay, moving on to the South Bay. A major healthcare expansion is taking shape in the South Bay, and the scale is absolutely massive. Sutter Health plans to build an 8-story, 850,000 square foot hospital in Santa Clara with 272 beds. The project sits at 2831 and 2841 Mission College Boulevard near Levi Stadium. It will have a full emergency department, intensive care, labor and delivery, and a complete range of specialty services. This anchors the larger Sutter West Santa Clara campus, which is a 5-building medical complex scheduled to open in phases starting in 2027. When you pair this with the recently completed East Campus, the full build-out represents $2.8 billion of investment in regional healthcare. $2.8 billion is nothing to joke about, especially if it's mostly privately funded. Supporters say this new hospital will significantly improve access across Santa Clara and the surrounding tech corridor, where population growth continues to dramatically outpace available medical services. People are moving here faster than healthcare can keep up, except this project will elevate what is offered. Critics raise real concerns about traffic and construction impacts, and there's questions about long-term affordability of care as large-scale hospital systems consolidate more and more of the region, reducing competition. How do you think this new medical hub will influence healthcare access and growth patterns in Santa Clara? Will it make the area more attractive for families? Do you think healthcare will be more accessible, at least physically, but of course it's subject to health insurance as well? Support for this video comes from Own Real Estate, your local real estate experts here in the Bay Area. We'd love to be your real estate resource of choice. Reach out to hello@theownteam.com. All right, a new transitional housing community has just opened on Cherry Avenue in San Jose with 135 rooms designed to help unhoused residents move towards long-term stability. They're not calling this a shelter. It includes on-site counseling, comprehensive support services as well. This marks the city's 11th project of this kind, and it arrives at a time when demand for structured, service-connected housing grows across the entire South Bay. Residents are set to move in already. Supporters say this approach shows San Jose is building a genuinely scalable model that combines shelter with services and actually is needed to help residents transition successfully into permanent housing. You can't just give someone a room and expect them to figure everything out without going back potentially to the street. Critics point out that even with new openings like this, capacity is constrained and still falls dramatically short of long-term demand. More investment will be needed to address root causes at regional levels, not just provide temporary housing for people. How do you think this new Cherry Avenue community will shape San Jose's approach to homelessness moving forward? And is this the right model for other cities to replicate? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Going on to restaurants and food. Benihana is entering a new growth cycle across California. When was the last time you dined at Benihana? It starts with redesigning restaurants, especially, for example, the one in San Mateo, that has become a top-performing opening in the brand's entire 60-year history. The One Group has introduced a modern layout with more hibachi tables, expanded bar seating, brighter interiors, and dedicated takeout stations to improve flow and revenue. It's working incredibly well based on the lines and people that are visiting. The company is also pushing Benihana Express, a fast casual 1,000 square foot spin-off aimed at quick service. Franchise deals are now moving forward in California, including right here in the Bay Area. Supporters say this refreshed format gives Benihana the flexibility to reach new customers by mixing full-service dining with smaller footprint locations that fit easily into busy city corridors and food halls. Others are questioning whether the express model can capture the same appeal as a traditional hibachi style. Does it risk diluting what has made the brand so recognizable and beloved for decades? When was the last time you actually went to Benihana? How do you think this new strategy will reshape their presence across the Bay Area? Or would you try out the Benihana Express or really want the full-on experience? All right, a major cultural comeback is unfolding in the East Bay Hills, and theater fans are genuinely excited. The historic Bruins Amphitheater in Orinda will return April 2026 under a new name, the Siesta Valley Bowl. After sitting dormant for a year following the closure of Cal Shakes, a new nonprofit has signed a 15-year lease, with EBMUD to activate the 9-acre site. They're planning 40 to 60 concerts per year, plus theater, community arts programming, and bringing Shakespeare back to stage. The venue currently holds 750 standing, 540 seated, with upgrades and expanded seating expected as a part of the revival. Supporters say the bowl will fill a major gap in the East Bay's performance scene by offering an outdoor venue that can serve audiences from Oakland all the way to Walnut Creek. The East Bay desperately needs more cultural venues. Critics wonder whether year-round activity at the site will create noise, traffic, and environmental concerns for nearby neighborhoods, especially as the venue scales up operations beyond what they used to do. How do you think this revival will reshape the cultural landscape of the East Bay? Would you go to shows at the Siesta Valley Bowl? A historic chapter is closing on the north shore of Lake Tahoe. Morilato's Lakeshore Resort at Tahoe Vista has been sold to the Martis Camp Club, the ultra-exclusive community known for multi-million-dollar homes and four-season luxury amenities. The sale transforms 21 acres across 3 parcels, including a 3.2-acre lakefront stretch with a 32-unit hotel, the former cable car ice cream parlor site, and a 12-acre undeveloped lot. The resort dates back to 1942 and has been family-run since 1978, making it one of the most significant ownership shifts in the region in years. Supporters say the purchase could bring long overdue investment to a property that sits on one of the most prized shorelines on the entire North Shore. The facilities really need some updating. Critics worry that private ownership by a luxury-focused group may reduce public-facing access and accelerate a broader shift towards high-end exclusivity along the lake. Lake Tahoe is already becoming unaffordable for regular families in many parts of the lake. How do you think this ownership change will shape the access and character of Tahoe's North Shore? Is this good for the community or only the ultra-luxury? Share your thoughts on Lake Tahoe and its future in the comments below. All right, that's your Bay Area recap for the week. From new housing on the coast to luxury projects in the city, major healthcare investment in South Bay, cultural revival in the East Bay, and a landmark Lake Tahoe sale. Each of these stories shows how quickly the region continues to transform. Luxury condos in Pacific Heights shows where wealth is concentrating. The Ocean Beach redevelopment shows how the state housing laws are reshaping neighborhoods in San Francisco. Healthcare's expansion in Santa Clara shows where population growth is happening. Transitional housing in San Jose shows how cities are tackling homelessness. And the Tahoe resort sale shows how exclusivity is spreading even on vacation destinations. If you want to stay ahead of what shapes our neighborhoods and real estate markets, we'd love to be your resource of choice. Whether you're thinking about buying, selling, or just moving here or have a question, or comparing different areas in the Bay Area, our team is here to help you understand how these changes affect values and quality of life moving forward if you live here. I'm Leung from Own Real Estate. Reach out anytime at hello@theownteam.com. If you're thinking about making a move here, reach out anytime. What story stood out to you the most? Is there a story that you feel we should cover next? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you so much.